Hi writers, today I'm talking about NaNoWriMo, specifically NaNoWriMo for INFJ and INFP personality types. Now, as a writer, I get really excited about NaNoWriMo every year, and I know so many writers do. There's so much buildup and anticipation, and it feels like a really fun time when you're trying to pick your project and pick your ideas and how you're going to approach it. Maybe you're joining different nano groups, you're really getting into the mood of it. And NaNoWriMo can be super fun. INFJ and INFP personality types tend to be writers. That's one of the things about this personality type. There tend to be more writers who are INFJs or INFPs than any other type. So NaNoWriMo is especially fun for us. However, what I do see year after year with my clients, my students who are INFJ and INFP personality types, they go into NaNoWriMo really super excited, ready to hit the pages, ready to crank out the words, and then a third of the way through the month or halfway through the month, they really start flagging. And a lot of them really end up feeling like they failed at NaNoWriMo, it's not for them, they couldn't stick with it, their ideas fizzled out in the middle. They really tried to push and push and push, but it just wasn't working. So the next year, what happens is they usually come back and they try to plan even harder, right? So they try to map out their strategy, outline out their ideas. Maybe they even do like scene breakdowns or character lists, traits that their character has. They try to do all this prep work, and the same thing happens. I have worked with INFJ and INFP writers who have done this year after year after year and not gotten anywhere with NaNoWriMo, and it ends up feeling like it's not a fun thing. And a lot of these writers end up feeling like, well, something's wrong with me. Like, I can't do it. I'm not a good writer. I'm not cut out to be a writer. I can't do NaNoWriMo. So what really gets me about this is that it has nothing to do with you being a good enough writer. It has nothing to do with you didn't prep right, or you didn't plan right, you didn't do the right things, or you don't have the right traits as a writer to do this. INFJ and INFP people are perfectly capable of having a really fulfilling NaNoWriMo experience, just like any other writer. The thing is, we are not like most other people, and so we're not like most other writers. So the mainstream writing methods don't work for us. So all this work we do with the planning, like doing the outline for our novel, doing the scene breakdowns, doing the character lists, it actually ends up setting us up to fail, because that kind of stuff blocks us more than any other writing method we could possibly use. Planning too much and planning too much in detail in advance before we start the writing is something that intuitive people actually really struggle with. At the time, it feels good to us because it's soothing our anxiety. We tend to be high anxiety people. So when we're thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to complete a whole story or a whole novel? How am I going to get to the end of my narrative? We tell ourselves, okay, I'll put all these plans in place. Like I'll prep. I'll do this really detailed outline. I'll do these really detailed scene breakdowns. I'll kind of write it all out in advance without actually writing the story. And that sounds good in the moment. And again, like our anxiety is kind of soothed by that. But then when we actually go into the month of November, it all falls apart. And it tends to fall apart in a way that is disastrous, where we feel really emotionally blocked. We feel hopeless and we feel like, I can't do this, like the energy is just gone, the characters feel lifeless, I can't even continue with this story. And then after the month is over, like we can't even resurrect the story. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation for all involved. The thing is, it doesn't have to be this way. There are methods and strategies that INFJ and INFP personality types in particular can use as intuitive people, working with our intuitive orientation towards the world, that actually work and help us have a great NaNoWriMo experience where we end up at the end of the month of November feeling like we've made a lot of progress, feeling like we've actually gotten somewhere with our story and we've gotten somewhere with our characters. So because I see so many problems around this time of year for so many of my writers, I'm doing a free class this week. It's called NaNoWriMo Prep for INFJ and INFP writers. And I'm going to be going over a few of the basic things that all INFJ and INFP writers kind of do wrong when it comes to prepping for NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to go over like where we fall into the traps, right? Like where we fall into the pitfalls and what we need to do instead. The winning strategies, the winning methods, the kind of secret things that aren't so secret, we just don't even think to do them, that kind of stuff that really will carry us through the month in a really nice way and a really fulfilling way where we feel good about what we're doing and it doesn't become this chore. It's not this slog where by the end of November we're like, I never want to look at my notebook again. I never want to look at my keyboard again. I'm totally burnt out on writing. So if this sounds like you, if you are an INFJ or an INFP personality type, you've been thinking about doing NaNoWriMo this November, or you've done it in the past and you've had a bad experience or you couldn't get through it, this class can really help. Tune in this Wednesday, sign up, register, and you'll get the replay afterwards. If you can't make it live, that's totally fine. I'm going to be offering the replay and you can watch it at any time. It will still help you just as much as if you were there live. So please sign up because you will need to register to get the instructions to access the class and to access the replay. This is going to be a really fun class, and this is also going to kind of get your energy up for November. So if you're still on the fence about Nano and you're like, I've never even done it before, I don't even know if I want to do it, you should tune into the class as well because I think it will help you make a decision and it will help you get excited about the possibilities for November because that's what NaNoWriMo is really about. It's about opening up possibilities for writers, especially writers who have struggled in the past, struggled with writer's block or never finishing anything. NaNoWriMo can really change your life in that way. So if you've always wanted to try it, never really thought about it before, or if you've done it before and you felt like a failure, please tune into this class because I think it's going to be really helpful and I think it's going to be really fun. And you might meet some other people there, some writers who are forming groups around NaNoWriMo and are, looking for other cheerleaders to help cheer everybody on. It's a really great event. So hopefully I will see you this Wednesday. If you have any questions about the class at all, you can email me, you can use the contact form on my website, or drop a comment in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you guys in 2 days for this free class. Register today, make sure you get in, and I'll see you then. Bye.